This predicament can be stated in one of two ways, though certain linguistic philosophers prefer to reduce it to a mathematical equation where it can be easily solved and even carried around in the wallet. Put in its simplest form, the problem is, how is it possible to find meaning in a finite world given my waist and shirt size? This is a very difficult question when we realize that science has failed us. True, it has conquered many diseases, broken the genetic code, and even placed human beings on the moon. Yet, when a man of 80 is left in a room with two 18-year-old cocktail waitresses, nothing happens. Because the real problems never change. After all, can the human soul be glimpsed through a microscope? Maybe, but you definitely need one of those very good ones with two eyepieces. We know that the most advanced computer in the world does not have a brain as sophisticated as that of an ant. True, we could say that of many of our relatives, but we only have to put up with them at weddings or special occasions. Science is something we depend on all the time. If I develop a pain in the chest, I must take an x-ray. But what if the radiation from the x-ray causes me deeper problems? Before I know it, I'm going in for surgery. Naturally, while they're giving me oxygen, an intern decides to light up a cigarette. The next thing you know, I'm rocketing over the World Trade Center in bedclothes. Is this science? True. Science has taught us how to pasteurize cheese, and true, this can be fun in mixed company, but what of the H-bomb? Have you ever seen what happens when one of those things falls off a desk accidentally? And where is science when one ponders the eternal riddles? How did the cosmos originate? How long has it been around? Did matter begin with an explosion or by the word of God? And if by the latter, could he not have begun it just 2 weeks earlier to take advantage of some of the warmer weather? And exactly what do we mean when we say man is mortal? Obviously, it's not a compliment. Religion, too, has unfortunately let us down. Miguel de Unamuno writes blithely of the eternal persistence of consciousness. But that is no easy feat, particularly when reading Thackeray. I often think of how comforting life must have been for early man because he believed in a powerful, benevolent creator who looked after all things. Imagine his disappointment when he saw his wife putting on weight. Contemporary man, of course, has no such peace of mind. He finds himself in the midst of a crisis of faith. He is what we fashionably call alienated. He has seen the ravages of war. He has known natural catastrophes. He has been even to singles bars. My good friend Jacques Monod spoke often of the randomness of the cosmos. He believed everything in existence occurred by pure chance, with the possible exception of his breakfast, which he felt certain was made by his housekeeper. Naturally, belief in a divine intelligence inspires tranquility. But this does not free us from our human responsibilities. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, interestingly, in my case, I share that honor with the Prospect Park Zoo. Feeling godless then, what have we done? We have made technology God. And yet, can technology really be the answer when a brand new Buick, driven by my close associate, Nat Persky, winds up in the window of Chicken Delight, causing hundreds of customers to scatter? My toaster has never once worked properly in 4 years. I follow the instructions and push 2 slices of bread down in the slots, and a second later they rifle upward. Once they broke the nose of a woman I loved very dearly. Are we counting on nuts and bolts and electricity to solve our problems? Yes, the telephone is a good thing, and the refrigerator and the air conditioner. Not every air conditioner. Not my sister Henny's, for example. Hers makes a loud noise and still doesn't cool. And when the man comes over to fix it, it gets worse. And either that, or he tells her she needs a new one. And when she complains, he says not to bother him. This man is truly alienated. Not only is he alienated, but he can't stop smiling. The trouble is, our leaders have not adequately prepared us for a mechanized society. Unfortunately, our politicians are either incompetent or corrupt, sometimes both in the same day. Administrative bodies are unresponsive to the needs of the little man under 5'7". It is possible, if you are under 5'7", to get your congressman on the phone. I am not denying that democracy is still the finest form of government. In a democracy, at least, civil liberties are upheld. No citizen can be wantonly tortured, imprisoned, or made to sit through certain Kenneth Morse productions. And yet, this is a far cry from what goes on in the Soviet Union. Under this form of totalitarianism, a person merely caught whistling is sentenced to 30 years in a labor camp. And if after 15 years he still will not stop whistling, they shoot him. Along with this brutal fascism, we find its handmaiden terrorism. At no other time in history has man been so afraid to cut into his veal chop for fear that it will explode. Violence breeds more violence, and it is predicted that by 1990, kidnapping will be the dominant mode of social interaction. Overpopulation will exacerbate problems to the breaking point. Figures tell us that there are already more people on Earth than we need to move even the heaviest piano. We do not call a halt to breeding. By the year 2000, there will be no room to serve dinner unless one is willing to set the table on the head of strangers. Then we must not move for an hour while we eat. Of course, energy will be in short supply, and each car owner will be allowed only enough gasoline to back up a few inches. And instead of facing these challenges, we turn instead to distractions like drugs and sex. We live in far too permissive a society. Never before has pornography been this rampant. And those films are so badly lit. We are a people who lack defined goals. We have never learned to love. We lack leaders and coherent programs. We have no spiritual center. We are adrift in the cosmos, wreaking monstrous violence on one another out of frustration and pain. Fortunately, we have not lost our sense of proportion. Summing up, it is clear the future holds great opportunities. It also holds pitfalls. The trick will be to avoid the pitfalls, seize the opportunities, and attend Board of Education meetings on the third Thursday of every month. Thank you very much.
John, come back up here, please. Get over here. Your birthday is over the summer, so we have to give you a birthday. And company.
And Crystal and Stewart. Okay, start off with, it's about performing, and it's about what Maslow's done for me, performing things. I got, most of my chances, almost everything I've done this year has to do with Maslow in some way, Someone from Maslow told me about this, told me about that. And the other day, Janet told me about this audition for Grease. And I just got to call this one, and I got a lead part. sing it today because I think it's appropriate. We're going to try to sing with one mic somehow. Sitting on the floor and talking till dawn.
Candles and confidences.
Trading old beliefs and humming old songs.
And lowering old defenses.
Singing a love song. La 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 la. Love song. La 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 la. Fun little truths and silly pet names.
Lavender soaps and lotion.
All of the cliches and all of the games.
And all of the strange emotions.
Singing a love song. La 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 la. Love song. La 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 la. They say the whole is greater than the sum of the parts it's made of. Well, if it's true of anything, it's true of love. 'Cause how can you define a look or a touch?
How can you weigh your feelings?
Taken by themselves, now they don't mean much.
Together they send you reeling.
Do a love song. La 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 la. Love song. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Thank you.
I'd like to say something. I just want to tell all you Maslow graduates, I'm envious of every last one of you. I wish I could have been here this year, but I didn't have the nerve to face up to my parents because my sister was here when I was in 10th grade, and she had a lot of hassles, and I didn't want the same thing because it was my last year in the house, but I wish I was. I'm so envious of you, I don't even know.
Now we have a speech by Laura Morelli, who I'm glad I had the last 2 years to spend with.
Hey, Laura.
Crystal, where are you? Crystal, I just wanted to say thank you for all the times that you've come here and shared your music with us. You're very welcome. During the past few weeks, I've been very aware of rushing around, fighting a tight schedule, thinking about work that I had to finish before my Goddard group got together again in August, aware of classes that were being planned already for next September, a new year at MT being formulated, and suddenly it struck me that I'm not enjoying today.